morning, and welcome back to Mind and Growth Workout, a home for personal development. I am your host, Blessing Mwachiko. Before I proceed, I'd like to thank all my subscribers, my listeners, my viewers. Thank you all. You made my 2025. Thank you all for watching the videos. Thank you for following each episode as they drop. I am so thankful to you all. God bless you. And again, before I proceed to the next one, I'd like to scream, Happy New Year! Okay, I'm going to sing for you. I wish you a great year. 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 Yes, of course, I wish you a fantabulous, a great, a spectacular. I'm looking for the right adjective, but I pray that this year will be that one that we have been praying for. I pray to be that one where we get all the answers to our questions, the solutions to our problems, and we get fulfillment. That's my prayer for us for the year. Happy New Year. So today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. And what is it? Before you plan for 2026. Yes, that's what I'm going to talk about today. I know that a lot of us have not planned for 2026. We are still reeling in the celebration of Christmas to the new year. We're still celebrating. We're still telling our friends, calling our friends, our families, and loved ones, and wishing them a joyful new year. I understand. And I know a lot of us have not had the time to properly write down our goals, write down our plans. So this episode is specifically for you if you haven't planned your 2026. And if you have, don't say that I have planned so I do not have to stay here. No, I'm pretty sure that you would learn a thing or two to add to the plans which you have. So before you plan for 2026, I want you to know that January is not the month or the time where you decide, okay, new year, new me, new year, new resolution, new me, new this, new that, new all of that, when you haven't really decluttered your mind. What do I mean? You haven't reflected on the past year, on the things you did, the things you didn't do. You haven't done any of that, and you're diving into planning your 2026. Before you plan your 2026, you need, I scream this, you need, oh, sorry for shouting, you need to plan, you need to declutter your mind, you need to review your 2025, you need to review the past year, you need to ask yourself a lot of questions. If your mind is decluttered, like I said, your plans will be very chaotic. I mean, you would just want to feeling those things because people are writing their goals, and it wouldn't be nice if someone asks you around um 5th of January, oh, what are your goals, Blessing, what are your plans for 2026, and you say, oh, I do not have a plan. If that is the reason you are jumping to creating your goals just so you answer yes to those people asking, do you have your goal for 2026? Please do not do that. Do you understand? Declutter your mind. If not, you will have a chaotic plan. I don't know if you've seen some chaotic get ready with me videos. That's the kind of thing you'd have. A plan that doesn't have a beginning, doesn't have an ending rather, doesn't even have a middle. I mean, if it has a beginning, it should have middle. But if your mind is not decluttered, if you've not reflected on the past year, if you've not asked yourself a lot of questions concerning the things you did last year, your plans will just be flowing without direction. And I do not want any of my viewers, any of my listeners to have such a chaotic plan. That is not our plan for 2025. For 2026, we've done a lot of those in 2025. So this year, 2026, we are becoming so intentional with every single thing we do. So now we're going to talk about why plans fail by February. I mean, people start off well in January, and before we enter February, a lot of persons are dropping their goals. So why do plans fail after planning them? Why do plans fail in February, in March, in April, in May, in June, in July, in August, in September, in November, in October, in December? Why do plans fail? So I'm going to list them. I have them jotted down, so I'm going to read them and explain them so we would understand. Like I have been saying since the start of this episode, people jump into goals without reflection. They didn't ask the question, what drained me in 2025? What is that very thing I gave too much attention that didn't yield anything? What didn't work? What did I do that didn't work for me? What should I drop? And also, what am I carrying emotionally that I need to drop? Reflect on the year. Make sure you bring your journal as you're reflecting. Write down those things that didn't work well for you in 2025. Those things that you wished you had done. Those things that drained you. Ask yourself. Reflection is how do I explain it? It's one of the keys to progress. If you want to progress, you have to reflect on what you have done. You can't be running without reviewing what you've done. I mean, you might make mistake at the ending and you just realize that, oh, just 5-10 minutes review of what you started could have averted that the ending disaster. So ask yourself, what did I not do well? What did I do well? As you're asking yourself the negatives, also ask the positives. What did I do well? What are those things I would like to continue in 2026? What are those things that I um I enjoyed doing? What are those achievements that I have made in 2025? Ask yourself if you can create um a table for the things you wish you had done but you didn't do, and the things you achieved, and the things you had hoped to achieve. That's still part of the things you wish you hadn't, and the things you did that had poor results, just group them. If you can write the first 10, the first 5, all of these will help you to plan for your 2026, because you need to plan your 2026 with a clear vision, with a clear goals, with a clear mind. If your mind is decluttered by, oh, I did this, my health, my relationship, consistency, I wasn't, you need to declutter your mind, please. Because if your mind is not decluttered, I say it again, your plans will be very chaotic. And I do not want that for us. So, what's the second one? The plans are based on motivation, not reality. Yes, that's the reason your plan. I wish your plans would fail. I mean, but that's the reason people's plans fail by February, March, April, and the rest of the month. Because they created the plans based on motivation and not reality. They did not check, they did not ask themselves, okay, what am I capable of doing? What do I think I need to do? What areas do I need to improve? What can I do? That's what am I capable of doing. They just get motivated. Maybe coming out from December conference where somebody encouraged you to to become the best version of yourself in 2026, and then with the whole knowledge you're scripting, writing big goals that you know you can't fulfill. Yes, I said so. So the plans are based on motivation, not reality. Set your plans according to reality. You have to remember that work will resume. Yes, as you're writing all those big goals, remember if you're a 9 to 5 person, work will resume. Make sure you factor your work into your plans. If you're a freelancer, work will resume. I'm sure you're expecting clients. And I'm also sure that you know that you will get tired. Your health will fail at some point. People will stress you. You will be drained. You will have one challenge or the other. I hope you know. And I hope you factor that in as you're planning for your 2026. Because this is the reason why people's plans fail. They did not account for the challenges that would come. Let me not talk about this now. In subsequent episodes, I will talk about. A lot of you know that I didn't complete this podcast episode in 2025. I mean, a lot of things that I did not plan for happened. So that's why I'm using my story as an instance to tell us that, please, please, you need to set those goals based on your reality. Factor in those challenges. Make room for those excuses that may come. Now, another reason why people's goals fail is because why people's goals fail, yeah, is because they have so many big goals. Their goals are too many, too big. They have too many habits to to learn, too many expectations for them. I mean, they overestimate themselves. It's good to think big. As you're thinking big, please also remember that your goals should not be too much. They should not be too many for you to handle. Fix things that you can handle. This is why your goals fail when you just review. I'm pretty sure when you review your 2025, you will see that a lot of things you planned to do failed. Why? That's because you had so many goals. How in the world do you have 50 goals in a year? How? Oh, I'm not screaming. I'm not judging because I've been in your shoes before. Please, I beg you, do not be part of those that would have 1,500 goals in a year because we have 365 days. You want to have a goal for each day. You'll be drained. I'm telling you now ahead of time, you will have days where you will not want to do anything. Let me call it your lazy era. Your lazy era. Yes. So set realistic goals. I have an episode on setting smart goals, realistic goals. So maybe you can go back and watch that episode. You will learn a thing or two. You learn a lot actually. Don't set too many goals that you cannot achieve. If not, your plans will fail. So now I'm giving us these pointers. I really hope that you now your mind is telling you, oh, okay, this particular goal is not achievable this year. We can extend it to next year. There are some goals that are long-term goals. There are some goals that are short-term goals. By long term, I mean 5 years, 10 years. Why are you struggling to do in 1 year what you were meant to do within the space of 10 years? That's why a lot of our plans fail. Last reason I would like to talk about is there is no clear why behind those goals. I made an episode on understanding your why for goal setting. So go back and see that episode. If you do not have a clear why, a clear reason, your plan will fail. If you're just setting goals because people are doing it, I mean you will get tired. You will get tired. Some goals are copied from social media trends because someone has set let's say productivity goals and you are copying the exact template. Oh, I don't want to shout. I don't want to shout. So you have to understand the reason why you're setting that goal. Why is this goal in your goal book? Why should I write you down? Why should I take personal development courses this year? What's the reason? Make sure there is a reason behind whatever you are doing. So don't set goals because they sound impressive. I mean, I'll earn. Let me not talk about earnings. Let me just not talk about earnings. But don't set goals because they sound impressive and because people will say, "Wow, kudos to you," because you are you. I love your plans. Your dreams so big. Please do not set goals because they sound impressive. Set goals because you know that you can achieve them, and don't set goals that are under your level. I have to put that there. So you won't think because I said you don't overestimate yourself, you now underestimate yourself. No, no, no. We do not do that here. Remember, when challenges arise, you need to have a reason to keep going. That's why you need to know why you're setting this goal. When challenges arise, you need to know why you should keep going. Do you understand? One of the reasons why my podcast didn't do as my podcast episode in 2025, I didn't release all of them. One of the reasons is because of my health. Yes, which I did not factor in 2025. So you should have a strong reason to keep you going when challenges arise. Remember, if your why is weak, your consistency will be weak. So if you want your consistency to be strong, add a strong why. Yes, I said that was the last one, but I'm going to add a bonus one, which is there's no system for review and adjustment. That's why people's goal fail because there's no review, no adjustment. You just set goal and you are just running with it without reviewing anything, without adjusting. Okay, I think I've gotten better at this. No, I think I should remove this. That's one of the reasons people's goals fail. People plan their goals and do not visit again until 31st December. And it is very bad. It is very bad, I tell you. So as you set those goals, make sure that you have weekly review, monthly review for your goals. If not, I'm pretty sure your goals won't pass January before you get tired. So these are the things I want us to know before you set those goals for 2026. Make sure you declutter your mind. Make sure you have a strong reason for setting those goals. Make sure that all the things I listed, they are in place. Make sure you set goals that are not too big for you to achieve. All right. And that's where we end today's episode on Before You Plan for 2026. And you know our culture here, before I leave, I always leave us with a task to perform throughout the week, the day, and the month. Now, these are the questions to ask yourself. That's your task. And make sure you perform these tasks. First question I would like you to ask is, what drained me last year? Be honest with yourself. I mean, you may show someone, you may not, but do not lie to yourself. Write it down. What drained me last year? The second question is, what worked that I would like to repeat this year? So what are the templates that worked for you in 2025 that you'd like to roll over to 2026? Write them down. Ask yourself, what season am I entering into now? What era am I entering into? Is it my era of glow up, my era of more productivity, my era of personal development, my era of professional development? Whatever era it is, ask yourself. You are the one that will tell yourself the truth. Ask yourself. So I want you to spend 10 to 30 minutes journaling all of this. You can spend more than, right? And reflect on all of these before you start writing your goals. Reflect on all of these. Now, in the next episode, we're going to talk about visions. Yes, I said so. We're going to talk about visions in our next episode because visions without goals won't last. And any goal without vision will stress you. So I'll see you in the next episode. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Most importantly, drop your review. Drop other steps you think, other reasons why you think people's goals fail before February or before the end of the year. So drop them down in the comments below. Thank you for listening. I hope to see you next Saturday. Bye.